So here's the breakdown of the Ukrainian 1-2 wombo combo that allowed them to take some territory that had been stolen from them by Russia. So the total amount of land that was taken back by Ukraine was 154 square miles. Just 154. No thousand, no 100,000, just 154 miles. It's not a lot of land in the grand scheme of things, you know, for a small country like Ukraine battling against one of the world's superpowers. That's pretty significant. Now, how did this happen? Well, it just so happens that Russia was buying Starlinks on the black market, and Elon Musk stepped in and said, no, listen here, buckaroo, you're not gonna be using my tech illegally. So what did he do? He shut it down. He took away all the access to any Starlinks in that area, and not only that, but some of the stuff that they were doing with the Starlinks was, you know, mounting them onto drones, these little discs that would allow them to triangulate them in real time, allowing them to coordinate where they were going to attack precisely, blowing up a train or something like that, something precise. And amongst other things, you know, things that you could do with a drone, just striking and maybe mapping out movements and coordinating movements. And another thing that was completely shut down was the use of Telegram. I thought only drug dealers used Telegram, but it turns out Russia was also using Telegram to communicate back and forth, and that was shut down. There was a soldier in the Ukraine side that said, man, without the Starlinks, they were pushed back to the Cold War era of communications. I don't know how true that is, but if that's true, that's pretty funny. So those two things combined led for Russia to be in a discombobulated, seeing stars and little birdies fly around temporarily. But that's what allowed them to take back the land. However, be that as it may, as of March, they're still maintaining an overall advantage. But hey, that's a small W for Ukraine. Now, per the Ukrainian foreign minister, who is Andriy, he's claiming that the war is at a turning point, that the Russian numerical advantage isn't so important now. You know, Ukraine has been putting up one heck of a fight. They really have. And, you know, to push back against the global superpower known as the USSR is very impressive for such a small country. And I know they're getting a lot of help from outsiders, especially from the United States, but still they're keeping their fronts. They're losing some territory. Everyone that I've ever talked to is like, all right, they should have just swept them under the rug. That didn't happen. It didn't happen, and we're still here, still talking about it to this day. So what's going on, man? What's going on? Someone in the Russian side said that Putin was looking to maybe try to end the war this year with some of the same conditions that he's always had and has maintained to end the war. Like what? Full control of the Donbass and some kind of security agreement with all of Europe that would inevitably validate the territories that he has taken control over. So it's a lot to process, a lot to break down. But what do you think? Over all this time that they've been in a war, wouldn't you think that it would have been over by now? Do you think that the Ukrainian war and the Russia-Ukrainian war could end this year potentially? And does the turning point say more about Ukrainian resilience or about economic problems within Russia? And lastly, do you think Putin could, you know, give a little when it comes to those conditions? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Or if you want, go to my Reddit and say something there. I know nobody really goes, but shoot, if you want to be the first one, man, I'll be there. So personally, I'm impressed. Do I really want either one to win or lose? Not really. It doesn't really affect me. It's just news. It's just news. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. That's all I can really say. Peace.